we're a normal company. We have normal offices. We have a lot of fun. We have a casual dress attire. You can wear what you want. But we still take our job seriously. I mean, we know when to be professional. We know when to turn it on. We know when to turn it off and have a good time. We have a very unique culture. We offer a lot of things to our employees. Do you want Guinness, Corona Light, or Miller Lite? It's important to us that we get everybody together once a year. We try to keep our open lines of communication going all the time. We're small enough and close enough and very family-oriented. We try to do a lot of things to include the employees. It's kind of my goal to get to know everybody on a personal level.
Because he said I was the oldest.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, they were a brand new company, and I failed to ask any questions when Mike offered me the job, so I didn't know they didn't have any employees at the time. I just assumed it was a big software company, and I was going to work for it, and it wasn't until I was actually hired that I found out I was the only employee.
We participated in the Best Places to Work survey 2 years in a row. The first year we got 7th place out of 21, I guess, finalists. And then last year, well, they call it for 2007, we got 12th place out of 30.
So I'd head down to Tunica 2-3 nights a week and go play blackjack. I got to Wii Bowl. That was the one thing I did that, and I played pool at our last First Friday. So it genuinely is a let's get the job done, but let's have fun, let's enjoy each other. And it's everybody talks about wanting a family culture in their company, but T2 actually, you can see it. There's little babies in the break room all the time. Little kids running around. There's toys in the break room for when kids come in.
So we try to create that environment where everybody gets a chance to meet the people that they work with on a regular basis. And Mike Simmons has always felt very strongly about trying to maintain the culture where people like what they do, where they do it, and who they do it for.
Our plans call for about 30% annual growth from this point forward, which frankly is about what we have averaged since, I think, 97.
And the theme of each year's meeting will depend kind of on the company's hot points. And this year we've decided our theme is It's a Jungle Out There. One of the things that we did for this year's meeting is we asked employees to tell us what their favorite animal was out of a list of 16. And we're correlating that because people tend to pick animals that have similar characteristics to themselves. And so we're calling it The Animal in You. And my animal was the eagle.
That's kind of scary to think about. But I guess I'll go with the monkey.
I think tigers are cool animals, so tiger's my favorite. I don't know that it describes me as well as it's just, they're very strong and athletic.
I didn't know it was what we were supposed to describe ourselves as. It was just, I thought maybe our favorite, so.
Seal. Why seal? Fun, they have a good time. Everyone loves them. They're not trying to kill people or other little animals.
Except for fish.
Except for fish, yeah. Oh, had to rain on my parade.
They didn't put me anywhere, so I guess I'm no animal.
I'm a lion.
Why is that?
I just like lions.
I picked penguin and polar bear because they weren't on the list.
Sometimes I think I'm a diva, and I think lions are pretty much in that same role.
A sloth? I don't know. Right, that's how I feel right now. I could choose the sloth.
Did you go out last night?
I went out last night. Ike and Jones, it was a good time. Ask those guys. They were there.
I don't remember anything.
Well, we decided Blake really is a turtle. We only have one monkey, that's Matt. He's a programmer, so let's see. Lively and likable. I hear he was at the bar quite a while last night and quite lively and likable, so that probably fits him quite well.
Well, in the whole company want to be giraffes.
See, that tells you something about them.
Congratulations, You are the leader of the forest safari. Your task as a leader is to blindfold your team, lead them to the forest area of the zoo, and answer the questions below. Oh, yes.
I said this. It's not finance. It's not strategy. It's not your technology. It's teamwork that is the ultimate competitive advantage.
We actually haven't laid out the plan yet. Okay. We're trying to take a very paced approach.
Line up. There you go. This is the blind leading the blind. Everyone's assuming that I can see where I'm going, but they don't really know that for a fact. So, but I do think this is probably a metaphor for how we do most projects.
We started with petting the sharks, then we looked at the polar bear, and then we headed over for some ice cream, trying to make sure we understand the whole layout of the zoo before we get busy. Oh, it's definitely not a race with us.
Both because it's so powerful and so rare. Great teammates pause. They listen. They listen. They listen.
You got to see our animal sleep, which was fitting because most of us could have used a nap today.
Okay, you guys got to help me with this. When the tiger was sleeping, we communicated non-verbally. Is that together or with the tiger or with the tiger? Communicated non-verbally with the tiger.
The true assets, the human capital that are really assets, are positively, emotionally engaged employees.
Okay, the bear said when they went to go look, they aren't doing much of anything but gnawing on a bone and ignoring each other. Sounds just like us.
You can't help but leave here feeling better about a lot of things, even if some of the immediate issues in your world are tough.
I'm not sure if everybody got their work done. I think we did, all our tasks, but I could tell people were having a lot of fun along the way.
Hey, is that Kromowski? Take off!
I think the biggest thing we miss for the remote employees is we don't have a water cooler. We don't get to visit with each other. So this is the only time that we really get to sit down with no time constraints and talk to each other.
I came here 90 days ago. Everything I've seen is this is a time of great change. Usually change means more work, and that's stressful, and that means more hours. But nothing I've seen at anything that we've done so far here or in my time here has led me to believe anything other than you put in this work to get us through this period of big change, great things to come.
We're going to be building a Village of Hope out of some food products and different kinds of things that we're going to be passing on to a charity that supports battered women. So as a team, they're supposed to go over there and find all of the different food items and start working with them to build a structure that we've called the Village of Hope. So.
Using their strengths and talents. Those are assets.
Your pineapples will work better if you're upside down so you don't have those tabs making them unbalanced. 2 for each corner, so we're going 4.
We are T2 Team 2, and we built the Contadina T2 Village of Hope. Everything all in the village so that there's hope for absolutely everyone. It's the Village of Hope, there's no freaking property taxes.
There's a snake in there. And we finish it off with realism because when our group was at the elephants, he did a giant dump. So if you look, 2 piles, one for the baby, one for the mother, complete with flies.
In front of it, you see all the stands, there's people, there's cars on the track. There's a little fender bender there with some smoke. Start and finish line.
Okay, everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. The sun is rising. Think of a small community growing and moving moving forward into a bright and hopeful future. Some of you cynically noted that our bridge goes nowhere. But I say nay, nay. Nay, nay, I say. The future is bright. The future is bright in our community. The future is bright at T2.
The honor for first place goes to team number 1.
Why do we take the time out to do this kind of thing for a couple of days when we've got many other things we should be doing? And the reality is this kind of team building is so valuable for the group. And even though it seems like you're losing ground while you're here, really we're putting the foundation in for working together in the future and building those bonds that are so important for a true team and for a company like this. I don't know how Simmons does it. He finds these people who are so good and they gravitate towards him. But he's like, I just can't stand the guy. Like, what's his problem?
There he went. I think he heard you.
Good timing.